Hello guys, what's up? I'm Surush Designer. Today we want to modeling iPhone 14 Pro Max. I open my file management. I have two images. One of them is a iPhone 14 wallpaper, and another is a iPhone 14's model from the internet. I want to model this phone in SketchUp. So we have some very attractive tutorial today. I open SketchUp 2023. So I want to model this image and this phone with very simple options SketchUp allow us. In the SketchUp, I don't want to open basic model in the previous session. I want to change my system of modeling. I choose simple by diameter. In this lesson, you can understand how you can change your units for 3D modeling. I delete this character and I go to the window. I open model info. The type name is a unit, length to the centimeter, area to the centimeter, and volume to the centimeter. Everything is done. I close it. Now I want to draw by the centimeters. If I look at this phone, at first I can see the rectangle with corner reduced things. All right. I want to draw some rectangle, for example, a rectangle with some dimensions about, for example, I don't know, maybe 40 centimeter in 5 or 6 centimeters, something like that. All right. When I draw this, I want to chamfer the edges like that. You can see it's a little bit arced. In this session, you know how use arc setting. So the one of the most important arc models is a 2-point arc. I use it, but I don't know where I must to chamfer it. So I come to the tape measure tool. From the upside, I go something about 8 millimeter, and from left and right the same, like that. And the notice that we modeling on the centimeter units. It's very carefully listen to this. I select 2-point arc from this place to this place like that, and I left click, another left click. Now I can choose my arc direction. When it's blue, it's the best optimized arc we can draw. It's estimately um, on 2 millimeter. The budge is 2 millimeter, but I want about, for example, exactly 0.24 centimeter. I press enter. In this edge, I come and repeat it like that. Another edges like this, and the other like that again. Very simple and easy. I choose eraser option. I delete these edges like that and these. So everything is good. I press Ctrl S. I call this smartphone modeling. I save it. Now I come back to my picture to check everything is done or not. I think everything is good, but I want to say some notes about the arcs. All right. For the first time, we work with paint bucket. I open the paint bucket, something like that. It's some default tray. Never touch this because it's completely standard and used for normal and professional usages. So it's the best type of using. At the first thing we have a tenancy info. When you click on it, no selection. I choose select option. and I come to select these edges. As you can see, the segments are 12. So if I zoom on it, you can see it better, but I want much softer arcs. So I type it 24 and I press enter, and it said number of curve segments is too large. So I try another number, for example 16, and it's okay. I think 18 is better. If it allow us 20, no, the 80 is a maximum number, and I agree with it. And we change all of these radiuses to the 18, like that. From this place to this place, another one, 18, and another one, 18, like that. So it's much softer than the previous thing. So I come back to my picture. A little bit, we need some extrude. So I click on the push or pull, and I push it like that. About, for example, 1 centimeter is a little too high. It's about, I think, 6 millimeter or 5 millimeter, something like that. And we have some other thing, one type of a type of oval in here, and we need some offsets for these edges. So at first I'm gonna offset it. I want to model this type of iPhone with 3 cameras. So at first I'm gonna offset it. I come to the SketchUp software, Control S for saving. I use offset. The offset is about, for example, I think 1.2 millimeter. It means that 0.12 centimeter. I press enter like this, and I use tape measure tool. A little bit I come down about, for example, 36, something like that, yes. And a little bit come down about 14, like that. And I want to select the middle of this. So I use tape measure for this modulation. From this middle, I use tape measure for some rectangle like 56, and each side is 56. So I use this type of thing. I draw some rectangle in here, and now I need 2-point arc again. From this endpoint to this endpoint, left click and drag your mouse. Something is about, I think, maybe 20 is good. And I repeat it in this place like that. I select eraser option like this. And again, I click on these edges at the identity info. I increase the segments to the 18 for the each side like that. And I come back to the picture. We have some type of lenses maybe, but it's not important in the modeling. So now time for the wallpaper. I come to the material library. I want to create some new wallpaper. So I click on this option, create material. In this place, use texture image like that. And it asks us where is my image. So I click on the iPhone 14 wallpaper, open it. And I can rename it, for example, wallpaper. Wallpaper like that. Okay. I use this wallpaper for this screen like this, but it's not really good coordinate. I change it to the 26 maybe, or for example 12 and 14. You can play with this type of numbers and edges to achieve to the best option you have. For example, it must be a 2, and it must be a 6, something like this. Maybe it's good. So I reduce it to the 5.6, not bad. This is our model. You can change the color type by the picker. I change it to the RGB. I change the blue to the 86. And I want a little bit red, so I change it to the 56, like this. And I come to the select icon. We have lots of materials. It's related to the character we delete at the first. If you don't see these extra materials, you can come to the window, model info, statics, and purge unused. You can see all of the unused materials deleted and make your file much lighter than past. So this is our wallpaper, for example. I come to the in model, I choose color, and I want some type of dark color like dark gray, and I set it for displays, maybe a little bit darker, much better. So in the RGB mode, I decrease all of my numbers in red, green, and blue channel to the 50, 50, and 50, like this. I want these edges go darker. I choose like that, and I come to the picture. Everything is good. We have 1K in the right side and 3K in left side. Double K is for the volume. So quickly I came back to the SketchUp and I choose tape measure like this. For example, 68 to 50, like that, and a little bit higher like 18, a little bit higher like 16. I draw a rectangle for it, and I can copy the rectangle in some dimension like 1 centimeter and increase the new rectangle size by a scale. For example, I scale it from this place about red scale. I want to double it, so I type 2 and I press enter. I press move. I want to copy it, so I press Ctrl from my keyboard, and the distance is about 1.5, like this. I delete all of the tape measurement lines, and I think the color is a little bit different. Oh no, it's the same with the body, and I want to a little bit extrude it, like maybe 4 millimeter, like this. 4 millimeter, like that, and it's really good, and I'm really satisfied with this modeling. So another line we need in here, the power key. So it's a little bit down, about 2.6 centimeter. It's completely estimately. You can do it with real dimensions, but it's tutorial and I want to do it fast. It's about 2.2 centimeter. The height is about 18 and another height is about 16. I draw some rectangle, and for the 4 millimeter I extrude it like this. Another thing we need is the charger, and I think the charger is in the down part of it, so I want to draw a charging position like that. The tape measure from the middle line, and from the middle line to the left and right, each is 5 millimeter, totally 1 centimeter. And I use the same height for the circuit charger, and the I draw some rectangles like that. If you want to draw it very detailed, you can use tape measure again. For example, I measure it for the 0.04 for each side, 0.04, and for this side 0.04, and for the upside 0.404, and I use 2-point arc like this and like that. So I select 2-point arc from this endpoint to this endpoint is about maybe it's not very good because the radius is too low. I can use both of these end lines. I use 2-point arc from this place to this place like that, and the budge is about 0.08, and for this place as the same 0.08. So I choose the eraser. Eraser's accuracy in SketchUp 2023 is a little bit higher than the other versions. I come to the Eternity info. I use this arcs and I want to increase the segments if it allows us. No, the 12 is the best for this model. I use push and pull and a little bit insider, like for example 2 centimeters, something like that. Or it's a little bit too high. For example, I think, for example, 8 millimeter is good. So all of it is I convert it to the group and I want to flip it. So I choose flip option and I click on the blue face like that. Now I have the back side of my phone. So I come back to my picture. Only we have these type 3 cameras. So these cameras are 3 circles, one circle for the flash and one circle for the light sensor. And all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles in one rectangular radius. So now I want to do this work. I come to my model, I explode it like this, and I just want to offset this curve line. So I select it and click on the offset. Offset is about, I think, 1 centimeter is a little high, is 4 centimeter is good. So I draw some line about 2 centimeter, something like that, and I use these lines, select them. I want to copy them, so I click on them, I copy them about 2 centimeter. Now I want to rotate them. I click on the rotate from this place to this place is about 180, and I draw some line about 2 centimeter. I want to close this line to this line and this line to this one. So for these two edges I can use the tape measure like that, about 4 millimeter for each side like this. I type them and I press enter. So I click on the 2-point arc from this place to this place. Something is about 14 is a little bit high. I need some little bit better, about 12. And for this side, about 12 as the same others. So I click on the eraser. I erase all of these edges like that. And now I have my camera's body. So I came back to my model like this. Okay, now I think we have 3 cameras with radius near to the 0.3. So I want to draw these circles. For this work, I use tape measure, some type of infinity taper like that, and another is for the middle like this. All of these numbers belongs to you, and every type of number you want you can use. It's just for the tutorial. So it's about, for example, 17, and the other is the 70. So I use the circle from this line, something like this, about radius 0.48, and for the downer, the same 0.48. All right, and for this circle, I use 0.48. So I delete all of this. I want to move this circle a little bit in the green direction. So I choose the center of it and I click on it. A little bit go to the green direction, green axis about 2 millimeter. And I want to close these two circles to each other. So the first one is the upper. In the red axis is about 18, and on red axis again is about 18 again, like that. So you can see all of these brick lines and segments, and we can change it in circle. For example, 24 to the 30, and use it for others like that. It makes our circles much smoother than others. You can increase the segments to the 40 like that. I increase all of the segments to 40. And now come back to the picture. It's a little bit extruded. So at first I extrude the circles about something like 2 millimeter for each circle. And the body of the cameras is about 1 millimeter like that. And maybe the circles is a little too high, so I decrease it to the 8 millimeter like this, and it's much real than past. And the body of the camera too, it's about 8 millimeter like this, so it's much real than the past. The only thing we have is the color. The camera body color is about some type of gray, so I choose the silver color for it like that. And the cameras is about black color. I use black color like this, but we can change the black color much lighter, about 26, 26 and 26 like this. If you want to select this color, you just need to come to the material, sample paint, and click on it. So you switch on the material you have. I come to the in model and change my silver color a little bit darker, like this. And now I want to change back to the in model. In the part of the material that called in model, you can see all of the materials you use for your modeling. So you can rename them. You remove the codes like this for all of it. And now I think only thing we have is the body color. I change it to the some color like maybe purple or rose. So I use pale violet red. I want to select all the faces, but we have some problem. If you want to do this for all the bodies, actually it takes lots of time. So if you want all of your object get one material beside others, you just need to select your material. For example, I want to select the material called Gainsborough. So I click on it, I press Ctrl, and now I click on my model. As you can see, all of your object material changed to the Gainsborough. So the color is good. I close all of the boxes and I select all of the model, click on it, I make a group, I use flip option and I change it to the blue direction. So now I want to rotate it, I click on it, I choose rotational option like this. For the 90 degree, I press OK. I click on the move option, I select this endpoint to the origin point of the SketchUp modeling, and this is our iPhone 14 3D modeling. Very simple and easy. Like and comment, don't forget it. Thanks for watching. I see you at the next session. Goodbye.